Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an absolutely lovely, wonderful, fantastic day. I look a little different today. I think I was going for some type of like 90s look because the 90s is apparently trendy. So I'm wearing a necklace that I literally owned in like 1998. At that point, I don't know if it's like cool, trendy, vintage 90s or it's just junk I've held onto since I was 6 years old. Anyway, today we are going to be doing something that I don't believe I've ever done before. Again, my memory is just incredibly short, so maybe I have. For the memories that I'm actually able to process, I have not yet done one of these unboxings. So today we are going to be unboxing an advent calendar from Sephora. And this isn't just any advent calendar. I was looking for one to do an unboxing of and I didn't want it to be too like crazy expensive. And then I found this one on Sephora and I didn't look at what's inside of it. I really tried to like not focus on the picture or read the listing of what was inside of it. But when I saw this, it had a 1 star. So I don't really know what is going on with this, but I'm definitely excited to go ahead and see what is in here and see if it warrants that 1 star review. I will go back on Sephora's website after this unboxing to see if that review has changed at all and look at maybe some other people's reviews that they have left to see exactly why this warranted such a low rating. But let's go ahead and get on into it. I am really excited. Today is the first day of December, or the first day of the Christmas time season, holiday season. So I wanted to do something kind of Christmassy. I wanted to film it much earlier than I currently am, so hopefully this still goes up on December 1st, but we will see. I said that with so much hope in my voice. So this is called the Wish Upon a Star Advent Calendar from Sephora, and this is a Sephora collection, so I'm guessing it's gonna come with their like makeup and beauty products inside. Oh, okay, so on the back of the box here, it does tell you everything that's inside, but I don't want to like read that too closely. So as we can potentially see on this little sticker here, this calendar was $36 originally, but the value inside is $85. Oh, I'm very yellow. But I did not pay $85 or $36 for this calendar. This was actually, oh, I've forgotten. Okie dokie, so after many minutes of trying to navigate the Sephora app, I have come to realize that I paid $29 for this advent calendar. I will say it is a bit smaller than I was expecting, especially for the price and the value. I also just took a quick little glance at the reviews. It is now at a 2-star rating and it's also still available. So if you want to jump on this, it is still available. All right, with nothing else to do, I couldn't think of that saying. Let's go ahead and open up door number 1 here. They are all kind of like scattered about. They don't go in like an order. So door number 1 is over here. It looks nice and long. I'm gonna assume it's potentially like a mascara or lip product just because of the shape of the door. No, it is neither of those. So first up here, we have a couple of little extra mascara applicators. Now I will say that I own quite a few of these. I have several bunches of these little extra applicators here, which I ordered on Amazon in like a pack of 100 for very little money. So it seems like we have a couple of different styles and designs here. This one has like a little stabby ball on the top, and then the other ones are kind of curved and these are straight. But let's go ahead and move on here to the next door, which is door number 2. It's located over here. Okay, so next up we have a little powder puff. And so this is just a little powder puff with the Sephora collection logo there. On the front it has a little finger hold, so you can hold this and pop into your powder and then pop it onto your face. It is very soft, very squishy. It almost kind of has like a microfiber type feel to it, or one of those like really soft blankets at TJ Maxx. But yeah, it's just a tiny little puff. So far we have 2 applicators for makeup, so let's hope there is actually some makeup in here. Next up, we're gonna go to door number 3 down here. Very odd placement, but I guess this is how advent calendars go. All right, so we have a tiny little vial. At first, I thought it was a perfume sample, but I don't think it is. Oh, okay, so we have a lash adhesive from Sephora, and this might be one of the most comically small things I've ever seen. I kind of wish that the lashes had come before the eyelash glue, because I think the lashes are a bit more exciting than this tiny little vial of white glue. Smells like glue. This just has like a little stick applicator to it. It's not a brush or anything, but I think this could be nice to like actually apply eyelash glue with it. I have a very, very hard time applying eyelash glue, so I think just a firm thing that you can kind of run the eyelash over might be helpful. So I will give this a try. Door number 4 is over here. Let's go ahead and pop on into it. Next up in the advent calendar, we have a Sephora collection solid clean mini solid brush cleaner. So I would say hopefully there is a brush in here, but I don't know if any of the doors would fit it. Maybe if it was like a small little kabuki or something. But this is 0.6 ounces of brush cleaner. It just comes wrapped up in a little bit of cellophane. And I've never tried the Sephora brush cleaner before. It might be absolutely fantastic, but it smells spot on, just like hotel bar soap. Like that's the only thing that's coming to mind. Every single hotel I've ever been to, granted, I haven't been to that many nice fancy ones, but they all have the same smelling soap, and this smells just like it. But my brushes always do need a good cleaning, so I could give this a go. Alrighty, door number 5 here. Let's see what's inside. I couldn't even begin to tell you what this is for. This looks like a ring you get out of the vending machine. What is this? I don't want to read the back of the box yet because it's going to give away all the stuff on the inside, but this looks like it's a ring that goes on your finger. It does not fit my finger very well, but I think you can maybe like squeeze it together to make it fit a little bit better. This is truly a fashion statement. I'm very interested in finding out what this ring is for. Maybe it's something that you put on the back of your hand so you could like mix up lipstick or something on as you're doing your makeup or somebody else's, but this I'm very, very interested in learning about what it is. Okay, moving right along, we're on door number 6, so we are now halfway through the advent calendar. Oh, okay, and we have another little applicator, but this time it is a tiny little sponge. So far, this is probably my favorite thing that we've received in the advent calendar. I don't quite know how it performs yet. It is very, very squishy and very, very bouncy. I'm hoping it'll puff up a bit more when you put it into water because it is kind of small, but I'm always up for trying a new like little beauty blender thing. I really wish that this was like a beauty blender. That would be pretty cool. However, I do know that this is a like Sephora collection advent calendar, so everything in here will be from the Sephora brand. Okay, we are moving on into the second half of the advent calendar now. So door number 6. Door number 7 is over here. It looks like a pretty large door, so let's go ahead and pop on into it. And I have found the lashes. So here we have the Sephora brand lashes, and I've never tried these lashes before. As you guys know, I'm really, really bad at lashes. These do look like a really pretty shape though. They're nice and like curly and flipped up on the ends. They seem to have a good amount of actual lashes on them, and the band is skinny enough that it looks like it's actually usable and workable for me. As I've said, I'm not very skilled with lashes, so if I have like a really just drop my brush cleaner, probably never to be seen again. Anyway, I can't use really thick lash bands because they just like jab me in the eyes and I can't get them to stick down. So something that is nice and thin like this should be a little bit easier for me to work with. Alrighty, moving right along to door number 8 here. Okay, so next up here we have another type of makeup applicator. Is it a brush? Is it a travel size miniature tiny makeup brush? Anything? No, they are these, which I don't believe I've used one of these in a very long time. I know that they can be useful in some applications of eye makeup and stuff. I feel like these have pretty much had their time in the spotlight once upon a time in the makeup world, but they've kind of dwindled in popularity. I have, however, seen Christine used them on her nail channel for putting on like that glittery stuff that goes on your nails. So if you want to buff in some like powder, you can use these. One thing that I will say about these is that the tips feel a bit different than I'm used to with these types of sponge applicators. It feels a lot less like light and airy and spongy and more like silicone-y, almost like a beauty blender, a very, very dense beauty blender. So maybe these will work out great for something. I forgot what door we were on. Alright, so next up we have 9, which is right here in the middle, very small. Is this craft glitter? Okay, so I have a tiny little pot of glitter here, and let me know if this is what it says on the bottoms of all glitters, because I'm assuming this is supposed to be like a makeup product. You're supposed to like put it around your face or your eyes or something. First of all, it's giant. It's not like a cute little glitter you could pop on into like the center of your lid or something. It's like giant confetti New Year glitter. It is pretty, and I would use this as like a sprinkling of lovely glitter on like my centerpiece for New Year's, but I personally don't know if I would ever use this on my face. And what's interesting is that on the bottom of this jar it says, warning, not to be used around the eyes or face. So what's this for? And maybe I'm just not very well versed on glitter, and that's what it says on the bottom of all glitter containers that are sold for cosmetic purposes, but I just think that's so different. Just gonna go ahead and completely ignore all of the safety warnings and just gently lay some of these glitter, okay, on my cheeks. Maybe if you're going for like a really fun like festival look, or you wanted to go really jazzy for Christmas, you could do some like glitter freckles, even though the warning says not to. I just think this is a very confusing product, and I don't think it's a product many people would get much use out of. Okay, moving along here to door number 10, again, kind of seeing where the reviews are coming from. Oh, next up in the advent calendar, we get 4 little limited edition, super rare. Sorry guys, just felt the sarcasm getting a little bit intense right there. Sephora black plain hair ties. So these are the hair ties that don't have any of the little metal clasps on it, which I do like. I prefer these type of hair ties. My hair is really, really thin, so I kind of use these skinnier ones. But if you guys happen to not get this advent calendar and you're still interested in these hair ties, you can buy a pack of these at the Dollar Tree from a brand called Goody, I do believe, for $1. And I think you get more than 4. So just a tip in case you don't want to buy the advent calendar. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next little door over here, which is door number 11. This has a very interesting shape to it. It's kind of like this, so I'm hoping it's some type of something to do with makeup. So let's go ahead and see what is in here. So what we have next in here is the Sephora collection glitter adhesive. So you can take your little disco pieces here and actually adhere them to your face, even though the warning says not to. So this glitter adhesive is kind of interesting. It almost has like a little itty bitty bit of a tint to it. It's not the stickiest thing I've ever felt, but I'm sure once you let it kind of dry down some, it'll tack up a bit. There, I am in a New Year's ready. I'm gonna have these little glitter pieces all over me all night. And just in time, my camera battery is currently dying. So let's go ahead and move on to the very last door right here. So excited. My camera died right before I opened it. I guess it just couldn't take all the excitement. So this is day 12, the last day. I'm sure they've saved the pièce de résistance for last. So hopefully in here is gonna be something just magical that will make up for the entire value of this calendar. Alrighty you guys, the very last thing in the advent calendar that I paid $29 for plus tax, which Sephora originally thought was worth $36, which is apparently valued at $85, is this miniature little egg. I'm really trying not to sound so sarcastic with everything, I'm so sorry. Sephora's just making it like come out in me. Anyway, so we have this tiny little blue blending egg here. These are kind of reminiscent of like the mini beauty blenders from Beauty Blender, but this is the Sephora version. So it's really squishy. It's about the size of like the top of my thumb. So relatively the size of the top of my thumb. These are meant to get in like hard to reach areas like around your eye and like the corner of your nose, that kind of thing. I can see practical applications for these. I'm probably gonna lose it. It's very small. And I was just maybe expecting something a little different from day 12. All right, you guys, so I actually really quickly want to go back on Sephora.com and kind of look at some reviews of this calendar to see what people are thinking about it. I know I have my personal thoughts, and you probably already collected your own thoughts about this calendar by now. First off, I would quickly like to point out that Sephora on their website says in the description of this advent calendar, it says it is a beautiful advent calendar with 12 of your favorite Sephora cosmetic and accessory items. So we really didn't get too much in the way of actual cosmetics like makeup items. It says it is supposed to be a countdown to the holidays in style with a specially packaged cosmetic calendar filled with signature Sephora items. I personally don't think I've ever seen any of these items in Sephora, but that's just me. Each door reveals a beauty surprise to keep you looking festive all season long. So I suppose if you just want to wear this disco glitter on your face all season long, then that could be accurate. Treat yourself with the ultimate gift this year, or give the perfect gift to any makeup lover. And yes, there are some makeup tools in here, but as a person myself who really does enjoy makeup, there is not much in the way of actual makeup. I think that you could probably get some use out of these items, but a lot of these things are kind of just stuff you could find literally anywhere else if you just set these down in front of me and asked me where they came from, with the exception of a couple things actually saying the Sephora collection. I would probably say the Dollar Tree. No offense, Sephora, I'm sorry. And then there are only 3 reviews on this product, probably because everyone else was smart enough not to buy it. One of them just says terrible. I think it was a total ripoff. This was in no way, shape, or form an $80 value, and I have to say I kind of agree with them. This stuff looks like it was something from the Five and Dime store. And again, I think I kind of have to agree with them. The next one, oh, these are nicely spaced. The next one is a 2-star review that says, honestly, not worth the money at all. It may be a nice little starter for people just getting started with makeup, but that's about it. Third review for this product is a 3-star review that says, think about it. Seeing other reviews, I can see people are disappointed, especially if you're experienced with makeup, but I think it's decent for someone just starting out. And I definitely think I can see that point of view. If I saw this little kit somewhere and it had just a couple little cute cosmetic items and maybe I had like a niece that doesn't exist, this could just be like a fun little gift for somebody, but I honestly couldn't see paying more than maybe like $15 or something for this. And one thing that I do think is interesting is, sure, this could be a kit for somebody like just starting out, like playing around with makeup, but some of the things are a little bit conflicting. So you have like a very basic eyeshadow applicator, but then you also have like a palette ring, and I think this is a little bit more complex than things that I would typically use. So I don't know, it's just a little bit of a disconnect for me, and I'm really disappointed that we didn't see any actual like Sephora makeup in here. Fortunately though, with this kit, it's not like they're swindling you into buying it. They do tell you everything that is in the kit. Now that I've read the online listing, looked at the pictures, read the back of the advent calendar, they're not like surprising anybody. They know what's in there, so I think that is good that they're letting everybody know what is inside the advent calendar. I just don't think it's a good product, and I definitely wouldn't recommend buying it. But for me personally, it's not the advent calendar I would pick. I know there are a lot of advent calendars out there and some of them are super duper expensive, but if you are looking for something that is filled with like makeup and cosmetics, I would go a different route. Do I think this warrants a 1 or 2-star review? I kind of do, but I would love to know what you guys think down below in the comments. Please let me know all of your thoughts and feelings about this advent calendar, what you think of the price, the value, the items that actually come inside. I would love to know all of your thoughts and opinions. But anyway, that is all I have for you guys today. So just thank you so very much for watching. Please go ahead and subscribe if you would not mind. It would mean the absolute world to me. Sorry, I've been kind of like sassy in this video. I think Sephora just does something to me. When Sephora has something that is their own brand and they don't like put as much as they can into it, it just really bugs me. But anyway, I just hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful, fantastic day. Go out and buy yourself like a chocolate advent calendar. It's really hard to go wrong that way. And I'll just see you guys next time. Bye!